Welcome back to another story of faith, healing, and hope. If you've ever felt lost, broken, or too tired to keep going, today's story is for you. Let me take you on a journey where one verse became the turning point. There are moments in life where even breathing feels like a task. When you're so overwhelmed, you can't even cry. When silence becomes louder than any voice. I never imagined that I, someone who used to be the fixer, the listener, the strong one for others, would one day need saving myself. But life has a strange way of humbling you, of bringing you face to face with your limits. For me, that moment came in 2021, the year everything slipped away. I was 31, working as a mid-level manager in a logistics company. Nothing glamorous, but it paid the bills. I had a small apartment I liked, weekend hikes with friends, and even started dating someone seriously. To the outside world, I looked settled. But the truth was, I was exhausted, working late hours, feeling pressure from my boss, barely sleeping. Still, I thought, asterisk, that's just adulthood, right? Then, it started. My mom had a stroke. She lived alone 2 states away. I dropped everything and went to be with her. Hospitals, rehab centers, insurance paperwork. I became her caregiver, her driver, her advocate, everything. I tried working remotely, but after 2 months, the company let me go. We're downsizing. You've been gone too long. I didn't even get angry. I was just numb. The spiral I didn't see coming. I moved back in with my mom permanently. She was recovering slowly, but needed help 24/7. My girlfriend tried to support me, at first, but I was distant, moody, unavailable. One evening she said, "You're not the same anymore, and I don't know how to reach you." She left the next week, and that's when the days started blending together. I stopped replying to messages. I turned down invitations. I stayed in the same hoodie for a week, skipped showers, and barely ate. There were nights I stared at the ceiling, wondering how things had changed so fast. I didn't want to die, but I didn't want to live like this either. The verse I didn't expect to need. One morning, around 2 a.m., I was scrolling aimlessly on my phone. I don't even know how, but I ended up on a random blog post titled, "Bible Verses for the Anxious and Afraid." I hadn't opened a Bible in years. I believed in God, sure, but I had never been religious. But something about that title, it made me stop. I clicked. The very first verse on the list. "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Isaiah 41 verse 10. I read it once, then again, and again. It wasn't a lightning bolt, no booming voice, but something inside softened. I whispered, almost involuntarily, "Are you still there, God?" The quiet beginning of hope. The next morning, I printed that verse and taped it above my desk. I didn't tell anyone, but each day I would sit in that chair, even for just 5 minutes, and read the verse aloud. Sometimes it felt like a ritual. Other times, it felt like the only thread holding me together. I started walking around the neighborhood, no music, no phone, just breathing, observing, listening. It felt strange, but grounding. And slowly, I began to notice the small things again. Birdsong, the warmth of coffee, my mom smiling during a TV show. Healing never looks dramatic, but it's real. I didn't bounce back overnight. There were still days I felt heavy, anxious, ashamed. But now, I had a verse to return to. I started reading 1 psalm a day. Some of them didn't make sense to me, but others felt like echoes of my soul. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Psalm 23 verse 4. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Psalm 34 verse 18. I began talking to God again. Not formally, just honest. I don't know how to do this. I'm still tired. Asterisk. But I'm trying. I also began volunteering once a week at a food pantry near the neighborhood church. Packing boxes, saying hi to strangers, laughing with others. It reminded me I still had something to give. God didn't remove the storm, but He sat in it with me. Looking back now, I realize God didn't snap His fingers and fix everything. He didn't make my mom suddenly well. He didn't drop a new job in my lap. But He gave me presence. Peace that didn't make sense. Strength that wasn't mine. A reason to get up and try. One more day. And that one verse, Isaiah 41 verse 10, became my anchor. Whenever I felt myself slipping, I'd whisper it like a lifeline. Do not fear, for I am with you. And I would believe, even if just for a moment, that I wasn't alone. What I know now. It's been over a year. My mom is stronger. I found a remote consulting job that allows me to stay nearby. I've joined a Bible study group, something I never thought I'd do. I still have hard days. But now, I don't run from them. I bring them to the same God who saw me at my lowest. Faith, for me, isn't about having all the answers. It's not about feeling religious. It's knowing that when everything falls apart, God doesn't. If you're watching this and you feel like you're barely holding it together, I get it. You don't need a sermon. You don't need a checklist. Sometimes you just need one truth, one verse, to breathe again. This was mine. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41 verse 10. That one Bible verse changed my life. And maybe it will speak to you too. Thank you for listening. Life isn't always easy, but faith gives us strength to keep walking. If this story moved your heart, don't forget to like, share video. See you in the next story, where His Word meets our real lives.